feel you.
I'm not ready for whatever, but I'm ready for anything. The one thing I do get, how do you have 5 kids and look like that? How you this age and look like that? And I'm like, one, I tell people, I'm like, stress. I've been stressed the fuck out. Like, I done let somebody ugly ass, dusty ass son stress me out. So that's how I still look this way, but not to the point where, it threw me off. But I just, I don't know. I'm overly prepared. I can do this by myself. I don't want to, but it's like I've never had any other choice, and that's not what I wanted. But it's like I don't know. I can do it. I don't want to, but I can.
I mean, that's a good skill to have. Okay, but let's go back to this question. Yes or no? At this point, would you recommend your children go to the military?
Right now, only my eldest child.
Your son. Okay.
But my eldest son. My only reasoning for suggesting it for any of my kids will be for the structure and the discipline.
Yeah.
For the
Me
skills,
too.
For the pathway that we all know of the ending. It could be one of 3 endings, but if you get up and tell yourself, if you join, you go through the ranks or whatever, and they say we're going to go to war, you need to strategize in your head how not to die.
Right.
I can't help you with that.
Right.
Nobody can help you with that. But if I can strategize how not to die, then you're not. How delusional is your delusion? But like, how not to die? Like you know what you up against. You know what the end is. Selling drugs. You know what the end is. Being a rapper. We all know there's a time limit to everything. But how are you gonna utilize your time? What are you gonna do with your time? What are you gonna do with the information that you have? And that's where I think a lot of people lack. And we, starting the conversation. By you mentioning where you grew up, saying I grew up in this area, and it's like, dang, you know what? It's a lot. Pretty much a lot of our population of our black men have died to street violence.
Yeah.
And you have that same, the one holding the gun and the one on the other end of the gun have that same speech that the military is not a place for a black man, but yet you're militant. Right. You're right there doing it.
You fighting a war in your own neighborhood.
Yeah, and then you're fighting a war with your own people.
With no benefits.
No benefits. And then the reward of that is death or jail.
Right.
Or you're going to be bummed out.
Right.
So, if I'm gonna die, I rather, when they say stand for something, fall for, however that saying go, if I'm gonna die, I rather die knowing that I got a benefit waiting for myself and my family, whomever I'm gonna leave behind. It's the Black War and the American War are two in the same, because it's the lack of knowledge to be in the military, because everything else works out for white people. College works out for white people. There's no struggle. You got, the PWIs, all that work out, for them. Their life is structured and they have a set plan. But for us, we have a possible set plan if this don't happen. If you don't grow up in New York and you don't get killed and shot, but you don't hear Bradley going through that. Because Bradley's not growing up, and if he's grown up in New York, he's grown up in the nicer side of New York. He's grown up in, the Staten Island, New York, the Long Island, New York, the Amherst, whatever, New York. He's not growing up in that.
Let me find out you know about New York.
I already told you that. You already know how I feel about New York, specifically the Bronx.
Love us.
Hate him. But seriously, like, this conversation started off with just one question: would you suggest for your child to go to the military? you will have an initial yes or no answer, but then you hear different people's perspectives, and then you get deeper and you realize, like, you know, just you saying that opened my eyes to something totally different, to understanding, like, that's so not fair to us, how we're missing out on a potential great life with fear. And that fear does not exist at all, because you know, whether it's one person or 100 people that have successful lives after the military, but yet you know probably twice as many who are dead did not even touch the military, but did the same exact thing that the military does.
Exactly.
You got up and went to work you got on the subway. You rode the subway all the way to however far to go to work at Popeyes, and you get into it because he wanted hot mustard sauce instead of spicy mustard sauce. Now he done blew your head off. Yep. And you at Popeyes for $12 an hour, when you 26 at Popeyes because you dropped out of high school, because you got to help feed your family with your mom and your brothers and sisters, but you have this stigma. There's no place in the military for a black man, when that is a guaranteed structure. That is a guaranteed pathway,
guaranteed check to
success. You know,
and anybody can sign up.
Yes,
as long as you healthy.
Yes,
like you high.
Movies, music, magazines, podcast, and endless vibes, all on the Khaliseum app.